gap between rich and poor in this country, fighting the inequality, trying to bring justice to people who are socially and economically marginalized. And Isabel Fry has been joining us, just speaking extensively about his various roles.
Now, Dr. Zola Skweyiya, Isabel, was one individual who, who always advocated for a better life for all South Africans. And that was not just a slogan for him. He fought and saw to it that that actually was a reality. What we're seeing today is a myriad of rhetoric, of, populist rhetoric about making a better life for everybody. But then how do we move away from that particular rhetoric? How do we scale down on that rhetoric and then deliver on the specifics of the pragmatism of those goals?
My response would be to revert to the Constitution, and that's a document and a leading policy that Dr. Skweyiya supported, built up, and lived by. So if you look, for instance, at the socio-economic rights, the right to housing, to healthcare, to social security, the right to dignity, the right to equality, those are located in the Constitution. I think people who are working both in policy making and also in civil society, and of course the importance of oversight, Parliament, Chapter 9 institutions, need to take the Constitution as a roadmap. And they need to say, if people are entitled to universal enjoyment of these rights, let's see how long it's going to take us. Not everyone's going to receive it immediately. But looking at the National Development Plan 2030, for instance, by then, how many people will have done it? So rather than having populist spikes when it's in the interest of political expediency for people to be seen that they're being catered for, set out the plan so that people are aware that within the next 5 years, the new administration come the next elections, these are the people who are going to be included, these are the interim measures. And so you put that out very, very clearly so that you bind policymakers in future in order to live to the principles of that universal achievement. Too often I think that we see those who have the ability to make policy as having a blank slate to be able to do what they want. We need to be disciplined in terms of saying, this was the vision of the drafters of the Constitution. This is where people can come in and partake in participatory consultations. But we need to know what it is that we're aiming towards.
Okay. Isabel, I just would like for us to welcome back our viewers on SABC2. We're still continuing with that discussion. Isabel?
Sure. So as I was saying, just for your SABC2 viewers, the Constitution should be the blueprint for the way that we proceed in terms of really putting the truth to the rhetoric, ensuring that there is a decent life for all. And it's not just something which comes out at political party manifestos. But I mean, to that end, having mentioned political party manifestos, we think that it's really important as we face the 2019 elections for people who have seen the importance of a rejuvenated, contested political party engagement to say to potential elective candidates, what is it that you're going to offer? To engage with political party manifestos, with parties and say, if you're talking about equality, what is it that you mean? Are you talking about redistribution? Are you talking about direct policies that improve people's lives, or is it rhetoric?
And particularly on the elections, Isabel, we normally see a spike in service delivery of the basic services, of course, including the child social grants, the grants for the elderly. But then after the elections, all those services take a slump.
Possibly the services take a slump, but I think the active citizenry also takes a slump. And so we say we've now done our duty, we've made the cross, we voted, and we're going to sit back, and in a couple of years' time we're going to start complaining. Okay. There are so many opportunities for people to engage in the medium-term strategic framework that comes out in reflections on the 100 terms of the new political party after the elections. And really, I think we need to take the challenge in as much as we give it to the leadership.
Okay. Indeed. Let's take a look at the visuals that are currently on screen. The body of the late Dr. Zola Skweyiya has arrived at that Christian Revival Church in Silver Lakes. And of course, our team is